Each of these women felt a little dissed, if you know the expression the kids use. Disrespected. Let me bring my guest into the conversation again. And so many of our cases, Joanna, often come down to this feeling that I've been disrespected. I need to make things right. In fact, we have programs in the schools, public and even some private schools, to teach kids to walk away, even if you feel disrespected. And it just feels at its heart, when I listen to Walker's testimony, that's kind of what's going on here.
You know, I have a 22-month-old, so my first reaction is, where's the timeout? Why did someone get sent to the corner over here, and you go over here?
You sit in that teacup, you sit in that teacup.
Yes, exactly. You're in this teacup, don't you spin, and I want you to sit there, and this ride won't take off until we all can apologize to each other and act like big girls, as we should have.
Don't make me pull this ride over.
Don't
Courtroom, is that where this case is heading? Let me bring my guests back into it, Joanna and Jamie. So, Joanna, this really is all about the civil litigation, isn't it? Disney's got a big, deep pocket.
There's 3 words. Well, 4 words. Show me the money.
Yeah.
This is what this case is about, because Krauss needs to have a conviction in this case in order to have her civil action. And even if they find her guilty, Walker guilty of the misdemeanor, by having a certificate of conviction and you move in your civil action to say, see, I did withstand these injuries, yes, they did happen on your property, then she has her civil issue. It's just the extent of her injuries. So magically, she's charged with aggravated, battery, where she has cognitive disability. She can't walk. Her back hurts. All from a teacup.
Yeah.
So
and subjective. You know, the evaluations that her doctors presented. Well, obviously she has to present with those difficulties
for the rest of her life.
For the rest of her life. Walker, the defendant in this case. You're going to see the result, what we call the verdict in a criminal case. I still can't believe it's a criminal case. On courtside in just a little bit. Let me bring my guests back into the conversation. Jamie and Joanna. My mother's Joanna, and then there's Jamie. This is somehow symbiotic. So, ladies, I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you what you think should happen, but I'm not going to ask you what you think will happen. But I am going to ask you what you think should happen. And Joanna, I'll start with you as our attorney. What do you think the right result is here? Not predicting, but in your view as an expert in the law.
I think that had we been in New York, we have something called an ACD, which is an adjournment in contemplation of dismissal, which means it's a delayed dismissal, saying if both of you, if you get an ACD, if you stay out of trouble for 6 months, boom, it's dismissed. So I would have had cross complaints going on in this case, spoken with the prosecutor and said, you know that this is a ridiculous case. You know that they're both just got in a tussle, and they're grown women. I've had a case I defended similarly to this and got it dismissed.
You did not have a case like this.
Wait a minute, not on the, the Mad Teacup ride, which actually I wanted to say, this case gives another name for the Mad Teacup.
That's right, that's right.
I would have had orders of protection for 6 months just saying, ladies, grow up, and obviously it means nothing since both of them are from different states, and this case would have been dismissed. Yeah. That's what should have happened, not wasted our taxpayers' time and money.
And hauling witnesses from all over the country, by the way, and you heard the defense attorney say, in that jurisdiction,